Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. Can you guys hear me? Okay. There. What the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with you, Streamlabs? I had all these. Oh wow, it's like way. It's sorry. It's like maxed out. Hold on. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. That probably blew out your fucking eardrums. What the fuck's wrong with you, Streamlabs? I had everything set up. I was like ready to go. Um, I like and also, what the hell is going on with why the music just decide to literally exit itself out? Hold on, we're gonna relaunch this. Uh, and now it's silent on me. Now I don't even hear anything. What is happening tonight? Oh my gosh! All right. Oh, let me calm down. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. Hold on. I'm gonna just fix this just so I can hear the music because for me, uh, that is a thing that I like to do. Okay, I gotta go back into settings. You know what though? This all goes back to my first day of training. Oh, so it decided that it was gonna pick up my mic as the audio output device because that can play audio. I, I've never seen it under output. Okay. Oh, there we go. I can hear everything now. That was a beautiful sound. That was a beautiful sound. Thank you for the the bits help. Welcome, guys. Welcome to Midnight Underground. I think you can hear me now. I think I'm ready. Oh man, what a crazy experience that was. I haven't had technical. Well, I've had many technical difficulties. Anyone who's been on here knows that my stream has been riddled with technical. Oh shit. Oh, thank you, Tucker. Thank you for the sub, Tuck. The gifted sub to Broom Broom Brady. What is up? What is up, guys? Thank you all for being. Oh, hype train started. Choo choo. All right. Oh man, guys. Jeez. What a thrilling. It kind of keeps me on my toes. Nothing's changed on my computer. Nothing's changed. So for me to log in and everything was like not working when I started anyway. And I was testing things on the thing, and when I started the stream, everything reverted back to the settings that I had just fixed. So I think we are good. Welcome in, everyone. I hope. My name is Derek. I'm the host of Midnight Underground. If you're here and you're watching, we are live. It's a pleasure to be communing with you on this special Saturday night of this is our segment called After Hours. We're gonna be chatting the whole night tonight. Right now, tonight, 9 o'clock. I mean, we started at 9. We started at 9:01. That's close. That's closer than what I usually do. So we're gonna be running from 9 till midnight, guys. Let me just turn this volume down because this just started This is the song that's like louder than all the other songs here. Okay. Did you fall for a fade trick or give it? Hold on. Hope your name is Derek. My name is Derek. You guys can. I don't know. Streamlabs. Hey, did I say I hope my name is Derek? I don't know. But thank you guys for being here. It's a pleasure. So we got a good lineup tonight. If you're new here and you're just tuning in for the first time, we're gonna be making a cocktail now. We're also gonna be talking about Tim Robinson, who's one of my favorite comedians out there right now, and we're gonna be talking about this nonsense that's daylight savings. Then at 11 o'clock. Oh, I did. I said I hope my name is Derek. Oh, well, all right. Well, my name is Derek. I don't hope it is. It is. If you want to call me Midnight, I guess that's becoming a thing. And I'm here for it. I like the name Midnight. I never would have given myself that name. But call me Call me what you want, guys. All right. So, and thank you again for the sub. Thank you, Allie, for the bits. I'm glad you guys can all hear me. We got Red Fire. We got Tucker Keen in the chat. We got Ali Starla. Anyone else who is here, feel free to pop into the Discord and Danger Derek. And let Red Fire know if you want to hop into a call at 11 o'clock. I got a nice, we're going to just be talking about kind of like childhood memories, but in like a good way. And in the most positive way you can talk about. You can pick something out of your childhood or your just life, your life experiences. Oh, whoa. Ali Starla gifted another sub to who? Thank you. Thank you to C Price 1870. What is up? Oh, thank you, Ali. I appreciate it. I appreciate the sub. Anyone who's able to sub, please feel free to do so. I always appreciate a follow. If you're new here and you haven't followed, please follow. That is the only animation I've added to this stream so far, and it really gets me going every time. It really jazzes me up. Well, it's okay. We hit a hype train. I'm always down for the hype train. You're good, Red Fire. No worries. No worries. So, yeah, guys. What a day it's been. Man, I pretty much baby watched my kids all day, and I put away Halloween decorations. That was my day. How was your day? How you guys doing? I know that the weather today up here in the Northeast was not too... Allie, oh my God. Okay, there, she says. Oh my gosh, thank you. Grunkle77, what? Did you just do another? Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Allie. Oh wow, yeah, the timer reset to 4 minutes and 4.5 minutes. Well, so yeah, and I mean, that's the one thing I don't know about gifted subs. I see new names. I don't look at my viewer count just because I would get in my own head way too much if I looked at that. I mean, I'll look at it sometimes, but typically I don't look at my viewer count just so I can just focus on what we're doing here. But if people are new that are here, thanks for being here. I always appreciate it. Feel free to type into the chat, or if you're just lurking, that is more than welcome as well. Midnight Underground, we do retro games, we do some modern games, we do a lot of times where we're just chatting. Oh, and by the way, before I forget, right now, probably part of the problem here is people are like, if anyone is looking at my stream right now, my category is set to Cult of the Lamb, so we're just gonna change that real quick, just so I don't throw anyone off. Oh, what's up, Mountain Dew? We got Mountain Dew in the chat. How we doing, Mountain Dew? What's going on? We're in it. You missed some technical difficulties, but nothing too crazy. I couldn't speak or I couldn't hear. Oh, cool. I see the pin. I see Red's pin. That's pretty cool that you can pin messages. All right. So, so that's where I'm at. How it says 4. Arcana 6-4. Allie. Oh my gosh. Allie Starla coming in with a huge fat W tonight. Allie, what are you doing right now? Like, what's going? You're just hanging out. You're just chilling, vibing. Oh, you wanted it to be 5 gifted subs. Well, thank you, Starla. You are amazing. Thank you so much. Allie hype. Yeah, do the Allie hype. This was my. Oh man, I'm adding other emojis here. But the hype. That was my first emote for the longest time. Still my favorite emote. Oh, nice. Nice. Well, it's good. It's good to get some work done, dude. I got to do some work. I got to catch up in my work, dude. Here for the underground. Here for the underground. Everyone in this chat, give Allie all the love. Yeah. So, man, I'm thirsty. I'm drinking water, but like I'm thirsty for like a mixed drink. So what we're gonna do now, guys? Let me turn the camera here a little bit. All right, let me just adjust the view. There it is. All right, this is my biggest fan over here, Old Faithful. I didn't use Old Faithful at all this week, and guess what? The stream didn't crash out. I think part of the problem with my stream, and knock on wood, dude, but I think it's when I have both Elgatos plugged in to the I think it's when I had too many things plugged in, because I also recently have just completely gotten rid of the keyboard that I was using. So anyway, guys, we got our drink selection set up. That thing back there, that's the mystery surprise at 10. We're gonna reveal. So guys, tonight on the bar, we got some Michter's bourbon. Again, we're running low, but Michter's bourbon, if you're not familiar, great bourbon to choose from. We also got our bar set up. We do have an egg. We're gonna try whiskey sour with egg yolk. Not not egg yolk. Egg whites. We're gonna do egg. All right. And outside of that, it also calls for some bitters, classic bitters. We also got some. I like using agave for simple syrup, and then it calls for lemon juice. I'm gonna run with lime juice. Oh, we got a hype train chest. Hold on, let me open that. Oh, frog! Wow! Yes, choo choo, choo choo. Anyway, so we got some lime juice here, guys. Personally, I would have preferred lemon, but I did forget to get lemon juice. FedEx. What is up, FedEx? How we doing tonight? So, all right, guys. So you're going to watch me make this drink. Now, let's look at the recipe here. I hope, I don't know if it'll zoom in so you guys can see this okay. Maybe not. Okay. What it is 2 ounces of bourbon whiskey, 1 egg white, optional. 1 ounce of fresh lemon juice, 1 ounce of simple syrup, and 3 to 6 drops of bitters. Now, what they tell me to do is add all of those ingredients into the shaker here, and then we're going to do a little dry shake. All right, dry shake is without ice. So let's start making a drink. All right. So first things first, I think is where's the cup? Where's the cup that I brought? Did I not? Oh, dude, really? What was I thinking? Hold on, I gotta get something to deposit this egg. I have a bag over here. Hold on one sec. I had a bag prepped. Give me a minute here. Give me a minute. All right. Trash bag. All right. So yeah, we're using a Walmart trash bag because I got some paper towels. That's how I'm gonna do this. Is once I get all the egg white, I'm just gonna wrap it in a paper towel, throw it down there, and get rid of it later. Yeah, I did change the stream title of Mountain Dew. Did it not save? Oh no, it's showing that it's saved. It should be just chatting now. Oh, RV there yet? Yeah, that game looks like a good time. All right, so first I'm gonna deal with this egg. I think this is gonna be the trickiest part here. Thankfully, guys, you're in good hands. I was a line cook for a year, so I know how to crack an egg. I was the opener, and I ran breakfast Monday through Friday, every day of the week. Was in at 5 a.m. getting that breakfast line all set up. All right, so let's crack an egg here. That looks pretty good. Here we go. Alright. Now, the trick I found to doing an egg yolk. There we go. So, we got the egg yolk right here. We're going to cap that. We're going to wrap it in a little paper towel. Thank you, little guy. Thank you. Hey, Jimmy, see if you can change that title. All right, so that is that for the egg yolk. I am now going to remove this and put it over here. Sweet, and I didn't get any egg on myself, which I think is pretty fucking awesome. So, headphones back on. I love listening to music. Okay, so egg white is done. Next, we're gonna add the bourbon. Now, one thing I've noticed, at least when I measure these out, and somebody can confirm or deny this, but I'm seeing that this top part is an ounce, and this is an ounce and a half. At least that's how this one's designed. Oh, no. Actually, it tells me right here, this is an ounce. Oh. Man, my other one, you know what? I feel silly now. I just feel downright silly. This whole time, I didn't know. Wait, does the... Oh, all right, guys. What? Hold on. The category changed, but the title? Oh, why did... Hold on. All right. What a night. So I guys, I swear to you, hold on, did it, the way I can prove this too is, did it post? It posted in the Discord. I know I updated this. After hours, oh my god, whiskey, sours, Tim Robinson, daylight, savings. Then we're gonna do then junk or treasure, mystery reveal. You guys can just hear me typing it all out, and then nightline. Let me just do 10 p.m. Maybe this will look better. Junk or treasure. Okay, 11 p.m. Nightline. Alright. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Alright, so as the title did not update. Night Underground, I hardly know her. I didn't know Snooze was here. What's up, Snooze? That is what you guys were trying to tell me. It was going right over my head. Because I totally missed Mountain Dew's next message. So, okay. Back to this. So I just learned for the first time that this is an ounce. So let's, we're going to keep making this bad boy here. We're going to pour an ounce. 1 ounce. And let's get 2 ounces in here. And then just a little dash for good luck. Nice. Okay. Michter's is complete. Next, we're going to add 3 to 6 drops of bitters. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Now it calls for 1 ounce of simple syrup. Is that correct? Yeah, 1 ounce of simple syrup. All right. Let's see if I got enough here. Oh, I definitely have enough. Can you guys hear the ASMR? Is it ASMRing? All right, that's enough syrup. That's all I think I'm gonna get. And then we're gonna wrap up here with some lime juice. Let's just shake this. Which lime juice is a weird choice. Like, this is definitely gonna be a sour. Nice. This is definitely gonna be sour because typically, Tucker hates ASMR. Dude. Oh man. Not the Tucker hate. Gotta make Tucker proud. So this looks kind of crazy. It looks wild, but it's probably the egg yolk. All right. Now what we're gonna do, like it calls for, is that good old dry shake here. So we're gonna make sure this is on tight. Right, I think we got everything. Now it says dry shake for 8 seconds. Who wants to count for me? Ready? Start. 2, 3, 4. Dude, it just like pressurized. Okay, it's good. It's good. That just scared me. That just scared me. All right, I think that's. All right, that's fizzy enough. Dude, it just got everywhere. Good thing I brought more paper towels. Ooh. I would have been pissed if that just got all over me. Okay. A smidge got on my laptop. That's fine. Got that all off. Okay. Get it off my hands. Didn't really get too much on my little drink table here, so I think we're good. Alright. So you saw some fear in my eyes, hopefully. I love to share my own fears with you guys, so that was good. It was kind of scary. I was just freaked. I thought that was gonna. Oh yeah, no. Tucker's a real one. He puts me on while he's putting. Maybe he's. Oh, he laughed out loud in his sleep. Dude, isn't that the sweetest? You're gonna get those first, and it's like. Oh, thank you, Bimbo. So yeah, we're actually good now. So it tells me to now after that's ready, I can add ice, and now I can shake again. So let me just take this because it did leak quite a bit from here. I'm just gonna wrap this up. Honestly, I always wanted to be a bartender, and it was one of those things like I could never get into a position somewhere. And granted, I'm kind of glad like I didn't. No shade to anyone who is a bartender, but when I worked in the restaurants, I think I just had like the bad luck of who I worked with, but typically I was good friends with like the barbacks. The bartenders would always get so sassy about everything. All right, I'm just gonna shake this a little bit. I don't want to like. Okay. Oh, that got real cold. Oh, that smells good. Okay, add ice to strain into a coupe or rocks glass. Honestly, I kind of just want to dump all the ice in there. Like, that's kind of what I'm going to go for here because I love ice in my drink. So that's what we're going to do. It says to strain it. I mean, I don't know. Here, what we'll do here is we'll... get all the foam in there. All right. So it looks like we did it. It looks like we have our whiskey sour here. Let's take a look at it. So it's definitely like looking creamy. The foam on the top is from the egg white. That was what was intended. Bottoms up. Cheers, everyone. Let's try this out. I'm a little skeptical, but I mean I did everything exact, so. Whoa. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I just made that. That tastes so fucking good. Oh wow. Dude, that is really tasty. I can't believe that tastes. This is all right. I've never had a whiskey sour either, so I didn't really know like what I was walking into here. Um, it's what the dude. This is like my new. This might be my new favorite drink right here. Mm. Like what's happening is, and I think the lemon is doing way more than I thought it would. Like I thought the lemon was gonna ruin the drink. It's got a lot of bitterness. The simple syrup really offsets the citrus and the bitter from the lime. Specifically, I think if the lemon was in here, it'd be a much more sweet drink. But I am a very like bitter. I have a bitter taste palate, so like I like a lot of black coffee. I only drink my coffee black for the most part. Um, and this is just it's got a nice bitter crisp kind of taste to it. The foam on the top adds a nice kind of smooth like froth here. Highly recommend. Highly, and you guys saw my ingredients tonight. I mean, you need bourbon, you need lemon or lime juice. I did look it up. It is accepted to switch it out with lime when in a pinch, and then the simple syrup and the bitters. All this goes together to make a wonderful tasting whiskey sour. Here we go. All right, we're in. And Bimbo's in the chat. Bimbo, how are you? Bimbageddon, finding Bimbo, the Bimbaduke, Bimbarella. Bimpocalypse sounds like a pixelated video. It does, actually. What is up, Bimbo? I hope you're doing well. I hope nobody's in your walls tonight. I know that seems to be a recurring theme. So how's it going? How are we doing, Bimbo? What's up? We are here and we're live. So I'm gonna center the camera back over here. This is all good. This is good stuff. So I'm gonna clean this up later. I'm just gonna reposition it all so it looks kind of nice. I think what I'm gonna do too is pour the ice in here because I do want. I will say it doesn't even need the ice, which is weird. Like I kind of thought that it would immediately like go back to being like lukewarm because that's all the ingredients, but this is like ice cold. This is all new for me making drinks. I've made more mixed drinks since I've started this channel than I ever have in my life. So many more to come, guys. Many more mixed drinks to come. I wish I had like a better. I'm gonna put it where I always put my drinks. And this is what. All right, so this is kind of hilarious, actually. So this is what the image looks like. This is what it anticipated me to make, and this is what I made. So I think the difference in color is probably there's no lemon, but man, that is kind of a big difference there, actually. But it's good. It's good. I'm not complaining. All right. Well, thank you guys. Oh, you just got back from the theater. What were you doing at the theater? Were you yeah, it does look pretty solid. It is close enough. Thank you guys. What did you see at the theater, Bimbo? Or are you in a play or are you in a show right now? Or were you when you say theater, do you mean like movies? I don't know. To me, somebody who's done theater most of his life, movie. Okay, there we go. Movies. What'd you see? Not to put you on the spot, but I'm just curious. What's out there? What's good right now? Oh, Shrek the Musical is good. Do it, Allie. Go. Next week, I gotta figure out. Oh no, not next week. In 2 weekends, I'm going to be related to my job. Actually, I'm going to be helping run the box office sales for my local high school. They're using the software the software company that I work for. Um, so that's going to be a thing. I work for a ticketing software that does like kind of everything, and it's a really holistic, awesome fucking platform. Um, um, and the chat's over because Domo just hopped in here. What's up, Domo? Domo, Domo, Domo. If I could grab your face and give you a big kiss right on you. What's up, Domo? How you doing, man? Domo, I miss you. I'm sorry I haven't been hopped into your streams, dude. I see you going live like as I'm going to bed, man. Not always. I know you have gone live at other times, but I give you a little, we give you a little Italian kiss, do a little like cheek on cheek, you know. And I say, hey, my friend Domo, how we doing tonight, huh? Weather is cold and wet, Domo. So yeah. Okay, and we got 20 minutes left of this segment, so we got two things to talk about, guys. First of all, if you don't know who Tim Robinson is, and I know comedy is a weird thing. I've come to know that certain people just don't find certain comedians funny, and I think they're very no. There are certain comedians I don't find funny. I couldn't. I actually. I take that back. I have to listen to the bit. I'd have to watch their bit or watch their stand up, and then I can tell you if they're funny. Um, I know one person off the top of my head was just missing it for me, and I love her as all the work she's done, but um, I won't go into it. But anyway, for the most part, if you haven't seen Tim Robinson, he's got I Think You Should Leave, that's been on Netflix for a while now. He has Detroiters, which I think Detroiters you can find either on Paramount or I think it's going to be on Paramount Plus. I could be wrong there. Highly recommend Detroiters. I think Detroiters is a very entertaining show. It follows Tim and his best friend Sam as Tim just took over his father's advertising business in Detroit, and it was like a big advertising firm, but Tim is not as good as his dad, and that's the journey that you're taking on, is seeing if they can make it as ad guys, and it is a great watch. I Think You Should Leave is a very hilarious segment, comedy sketch form on Netflix. We've rewatched it a couple times. I can't get enough of his humor, and it's along the lines of, if you know Tim and Eric, you know, he's friends with Tim Heidecker. Tim Heidecker's in a lot of his work. You know, so either way, what I'm getting at is he just released a new show called The Chair Company, which proves to me that Tim not only knows how to deliver outstanding timing on his comedy, he also knows how to write drama, which is to be expected from a decent comedian. Comedians, in my opinion, typically have to master or understand drama at a pretty deep level if they're going to be a decent comedian, because you're always playing on the reversal of things or the broken expectation of something, right? Tim does that very well throughout a lot of his work, and so The Chair Company follows Tim in a new role. Oh, and there's the other movie he put out called Friendship with Paul Rudd. That movie honestly is a wild ride. I thought the ending was like fucking crazy. We could talk about that too if you guys want. But The Chair Company is great. We just watched or they released episode 4 this week. I don't know how many episodes are coming out, but there's still more lined up. And essentially what it takes place as is Tim is the chief product or the chief let's say program manager for a brand new mall that's being built in Akron, Ohio, somewhere in Ohio. Okay, that's the premise. And so he's a family man. He has 2 adult kids. So this Tim, this character that he plays, he's like made it in life, pretty much. That's how the show starts off. And he's going in for his first meeting with the whole company, and he delivers his speech. Everyone cheers, they're roaring him on. It's like a great speech. He's on cloud nine. He goes to sit down in a chair, and the chair breaks. And then the whole show starts. That's really like, once the chair breaks, that's when it's like, okay, it started. So highly recommend it. Has anyone here watched oh, thank you, Domo. I take that as people have told me that before. I've gotten a couple things, but I love Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd is, I think Paul Rudd is so, I would love to meet Paul Rudd. I think he seems like just such a nice dude. So I'm going to go back up here in the chat because I missed a couple things. That clean shave is nice. I've seen Domo's comments. Oh, it's 76. Oh, dude, Domo, I'm sorry that you're over your weather. Oh, sweet. So Mountain Dew, that's what it. See, Mountain Dew, wasn't that a crazy movie I loved the ending. Like, the ending sold me that movie. It was a good, I thought it was a very, very, when the wife gets lost and he just goes on about his day. There's so many things that oh my God. Literally 1 degree Celsius. Whoa. 50 plus or bust. Yeah, no, I'm glad. I love that. I love that you guys just took off in the chat. That to me makes me feel so good, because it's like, I'm glad we're doing this. That's what it is. I'm pretty cool. Danger Derek. Look out. I'm a little wild. A little kooky. All right. So yeah, and I will say the chair company I think there's a lot of subtleness to the humor in the chair company. There's definitely you're going to see a lot of elements of Tim come out in the show. Especially in the most recent episode is where there a lot of things start to begin to break down in the series. It's pretty freaking go. Oh, there he goes. Oh, Danger Derek. I have a hard time remembering too that Domo, you're younger than me and Tucker, and that Tucker is younger than me. It's oh man. So guys, all right, so pretty much that is if you haven't seen the chair company, recommend it. Good times. Would love to chat about that, or if you guys just want to talk Tim Robinson, some of my favorite bits from him are definitely on I Think You Should Leave. Although Detroiters is a show that I think never should have ended. I pray to God that they relaunch Detroiters with Sam and Tim. It is a show that just should not have ended. They could have done so much more with that show, but I understand, people have things to do. Oh, thanks, Tucker. Yeah, dude, once Tucker is streaming, that's gonna be pretty lit. I really feel for you, Tuck. When you first have a baby, dude, like, forget it. Everything's on like pause. I don't understand. Well, I do understand. Back in the day when, or even it still happens to mothers nowadays when they have kids and the work doesn't give them any time off and they have to like return immediately. That breaks my heart, man. I think mothers should be given, like, literally, now that I've had 2 kids, and I know this might sound crazy, but it should be, mothers should have the option to do full-time work from home for at least 2 to 3 years. And I could go into it for hours, but it's crazy to me that certain job, like our first child that we had, my wife actually started working because we were doing a remote job. She had to start working the day that we came back from the hospital. She wasn't even like healed yet, dude, and she was like over there working, doing like customer support and stuff. Um, that guy is handsome. Tucker is just Tucker is literally just army of a man. He is just, dude, you guys should see what he did with his basement. It is Tucker is he's a guy. He's a cool guy. He knows how to get things done. Tucker knows how to get things done. You know what, Tucker? A fun thing about Tucker is when I moved back to the area with my wife and we had our baby. Tucker was still, he was still living up here, and we were living at a rental space that had a huge backyard that was completely swallowed up by tree branches. And Tucker's the type of guy that came over on a Saturday with like a chainsaw, a pole chainsaw that he had, and he chopped down all of the tree branches, which gave me 6 trash can fulls of firewood. So like he like cut so much wood, helped me clean up the backyard of that rental. We used it a ton. We used it so honestly that second summer we were there, we used it, or that no, I guess it was the first summer because we moved there in the summer. But that first summer that we were able to use it, we used it a lot. And he even helped me build a fence back there. Tucker's just he's a good dude. Yeah, Tucker's woodcutting level in RuneScape would be 99. That's the thing. He did his basement. Like, I want to just pay Tucker to like do my basement. I mean, it looks crazy right now because of that thing right there, but I've looked up how to do this basement. I'm gonna have to wait until I have like 10 grand to pretty much finish this basement and make it more of like an actual office space, which one day will come, which I'm pretty happy about. There are other things I have to do first though, like I gotta replace my panel, my electric panel. There's homeowner stuff, man. There's a lot, but all my big expenses should be good. Last winter, we had a emergency situation where the weather was dropping to 0 or below 0. And that week, our furnace shit the bed, and we had to do an emergency replacement. And that was a huge expense. That was a huge expense. Yeah, no, well, no. So to do this basement, no, I love the brick. The brick isn't gonna go away. The brick, when I redo this, pretty much what I have to do. So my whole floor is uneven. This house was built on a hill, and I think though purposely they poured this foundation on an angle, because the actual like angle, like especially as you walk across to the other side of my basement, there's like no cracks in the floor, but the slope is significant. So I think they laid this whole top like flat, and then they did a pitch halfway across the basement floor, which I think is interesting. But essentially, yeah, I won't go into all the details, but I spent a lot of time looking up how I would do this, and it'll be a minute before it gets done. But there's other things too, all in good time. Hopefully by that point, Midnight Underground is a legitimate like. My idea for this is someday getting into the position of where we're like a TV channel, TV network. That would be my ideal of Midnight Underground, having an office that I can go to at night and work from, like, literally live stream from 6 to 12, Thursday to Saturday, or even more days, take over, be my full-time job. That would be fucking awesome. So being a homeowner, it's tough, man, because like we had some shit landlords for years. I don't think we had one good landlord, which was actually the first landlord my wife and I had when we were living together as a couple. and it was the homeowners themselves. That's why it was good. They were like regular people. They just owned like a couple homes in the area. And then the second year, towards the second half of the second year we were living there, they hired a management company that immediately started just fucking everything up. They fired our landscaper. They hired a landscaping service. And we had a yard that was, the yard itself, it was like an L-shaped yard that was maybe like, I want to say it was probably like 200 to 400 square feet. It was a super small yard. I'm not kidding you. They would show up in a giant truck just for our yard and would pull out the zero turn lawnmower and do it in maybe like 5 minutes. They wouldn't weed whack. They wouldn't leaf blow. They would just put the thing back in the truck and just drive away. And it just looked like such shit. Like the landscaper we had before would edge everything. It was, so nice. And then when our lease was up for renewal, they were just like, yeah, by the way, we're raising rent by $400. So sounds good, right? And we were like, no, that is just absurd. Looking back, if knowing what I know now, I'm glad we moved out, because those guys just sucked. They were just assholes. So yeah, management companies, man. And that's the thing, is what I realized was they raised rent by $400 because they were paying themselves. That's what that was. Rent didn't need to go up if the homeowners just kept it, because for a fact those homeowners didn't make anything of that $400. That was like what the management company was like, we're gonna pocket, because, and this is how I know this, the homeowners already owned that house outright. So there were 2 units. Each unit we were paying $1,400 a month. It was something like that already. So and when we looked at their records, because everything was paid off, they were making just so much money, like just from that house alone. And they had like multiple other homes. So I get why they hired a management company. Like that's a lot of work, but also that's your job. Like, I don't get that, because we have a friend now who's a property manager in our area. He owns 3 homes. He literally is a full, like, and I like this guy a lot, but he's a full-time stay-at-home dad. And he mentioned that, it's so much work, but he just is, he's just home all day, every day. Like, if anyone here is a property manager, or not a property manager, if anyone here owns multiple homes, and you want to come at me, I'm genuinely curious. What do you define as so much work? Like, I'm curious, because things like, I don't know, drywalling a house, or drywalling like just little errors on a wall, or painting a room, to me, that, I don't know. I did that for a couple rentals that I stayed in, that, I helped one person I knew that had punched a hole in their wall. I fixed their wall up for them. Took me maybe 30 minutes. Takes me maybe 2 hours to paint a room, depending on the size. If it's a bigger room, maybe 4 hours. And then you do a second coat. And I'm just when I hear, you own 3 properties and you stay at home all day and you don't work, and you say it's a lot of work, don't get into property management, I'm just like, is it though? It sounds like you just make bank and you just don't want me to make bank. And like, that's fine. Like, that's fine if that's the game you're playing, but like, I don't think you're breaking your back here. You're like, Tucker has been working a landscaping job when he moved to where he is. And he's working 8-hour days doing landscaping. And I'm thinking, like, let's weigh the differences there. Somebody that's working outside literally 8 hours in a day versus somebody that's just at home all day, every day. Yeah, I don't know. You tell me who's doing more work. All right, so it is 10 o'clock, which brings us to our next segment. Trash or junk or treasure. now, now, guys, you got to be gentle with me. I'm gonna beg you, please be gentle on me because I don't know. Not that I've been made fun of for this, but I've definitely been told. You know, people. I don't know. Basically, all right. So here's the big reveal. I'll show you. So let me just put things down here. Yeah, no. I am curious though. Like I would love to know from landlord's perspective what's so fucking hard about what you do. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna hop off that train for now. So, oh, this drink is still so good. By the way, this drink is amazing. All right, so guys, I'm curious. What do you think is under there? What do you think is under that towel that I set up? It's kind of tall. So if you notice, what used to be there, it was this CRT TV. That's kind of it's a small TV. That is a pretty small TV. That's like I want to say that's maybe like a that's maybe like a 16 or an 18-inch TV. Oh, Starry Cello. Hello. Hello. Hi, I love the emotes. What's up? Welcome to Midnight Underground, Starry. Thanks for hopping in. My name is Derek. You're not a first time chatter, so you've been here before. I hope you're doing well. Welcome back. Thank you for coming back. So anyway, all right, you couldn't guess even if you tried. All right, so I'll give you a hint here, guys. It has. I'm not gonna give you. I'm not gonna make you guess. I fucking hate that when people are like, "Oh, I keep guessing." No, I don't want to guess. All right, so I'm gonna move this table, and I'm gonna wait. You know what? Actually, what's easier here? I'm gonna just move everything. We'll just move everything one by one. All right. Now I'm gonna show you my big reveal. Also, has anyone here been John Chungist? Just curious. Is it a? It's not a Christmas tree. You've been John Chungist. All right, that's all I wanted to do there. We're no Allie. Nobody, Allie, get the fuck out of here with that. That's probably the only time I'll ever tell you to get out of here because I know it's coming. I'm not gonna read it out loud. You know, I actually read it. I watched that clip back, Allie, again, pretty recently, and I just was like watching myself process the what your thing that you post. Come on. Come on. And yeah, it made me laugh. All right, so that's all set, guys. All right, let's bring it over. Big reveal here. All right, so guys, here it is. It is. Hold on. I'll bring it close. Actually, I can't. I don't want that in the thing. All right, so I already took off the sidewall of it. I'm gonna put this down somewhere. So now, granted, I already know what you're gonna say. This looks like trash, and I would agree with you. It does look like trash. Not from the front. So let me move the camera a little just so you can see it better. So I saw this on the side of the road. Oh, my camera's going all over the place. Here we go. And it is a like computer tower. And I was trying to find the model of this online. It says Asus right here. And I was just like, why not? It's fucking huge. All right, it's a big tower. Look at that. This is pretty big. And I was wondering why this is on the side of the road. And this is why. Somebody didn't like this thing. They had this, I think, for a while. I looked it up. This has to be an older model. Um, and I'm gonna zoom it in so you guys can take a look at it here, because I'm curious what your thoughts are. All right, so I don't know how well you can see this now. I'll take that and put that up there. But essentially, it looks like they just like attacked it. There's like this silver thing here. Let's see, it looks like this kind of looks like the radiator of a car. I'm gonna assume this this whole back thing is what you guys would call the motherboard. This, if I'm not mistaken, this corner box here. Let me try to get this. Let's see. Oh, that's better. That's better. So my question here, guys, is could I take, because there are some things here. So I've noticed all their components on the back, like that are the connectors for the back of this thing, like right here, all look pretty good. So this is the CPU, this bottom corner thing. Is that correct? And then the thing I'm curious about is there's all these like extra storage compartments here, and even in the front there's more. And it looks like this thing itself is like, this is trashed. There's certain parts in this, like it looks like they took a knife to this. Like this is hanging here. Like this whole thing I think would need to be replaced. I'm not sure. But do you guys think this would be something like worth, maybe I'll take pictures and share it. My question here is, do you think it'd be something that'd be worth saving? Because like some of this is good, I think. I don't know much about computers, but to me, I was looking it up, and I definitely what happened here in my mind is they probably had been using this for years. All right, that's good to know, Mountain Dew. Everything else is trash. I like the case though. The only thing with the case too is the whole thing looks good except for the side panel I took off. It looks like somebody hit it with a hammer. Oh yeah, so it is an old like Asus model computer. Do you want me to show you again, Domo? Yeah, no, there's all the pins. Like, it looks like they honestly took a knife here, or like they really like attacked this thing. Like a bunch of these pieces are just straight up broken. So this whole thing would need to come out, and I'd have to figure out. I was looking it up, and there were like a couple different types of motherboards you can get that are compatible for the case. It looks like this case fan works. This is still attached and is completely fine. This case fan also still attached and is fine. And there's another case fan in here. It might actually be for this one. This one looks like they added it on somewhere, but there's like a bunch of plugs up here. The thing I like about it is it has a disk drive and it has tons of USB slots. So like the reason why I was like, you know, maybe this is cool is it's a case and all of like the USB slots look good. I think. Maybe not. I don't know. I'll it should fit any ATX. Alright, cool. Maybe the case fan too. That's good to know. Alright, so that is my thing. So anyway, what I do, and it's not like a big deal. I don't think it's a big deal at all, really. Is from time to time I'll see things on the side of the road and I'll pick them up. And there have been many times that I've had big wins. Like one time I found a letter desk on the side of the road that somebody like took a hammer to, or like it was more like a sledgehammer. For like the first place I ever lived at on my with Cody, and all it needed was I just took some clips. Oh yeah, so that's what I'm seeing on the back here. It looks like they fucked up. Like I'm seeing like some kind of thing here. I think what I'll need to do, I guess, so would it basically be like me taking it all apart? I mean, I know like a lot of this thing stuff is already trash, but when I was looking at the money just for like the CPU, the motherboard, um, the fans, it seemed like it was like not too bad cost wise. And I know Tucker was really talking me up on building my own PC when I was ready. So I think I want to go that route. Um, but thank you guys for looking at it. I'll take some pictures and share with you and see what you guys think. Um, and it'd be cool. It'd be cool to fix this thing up. I think it's a pretty like heavy duty looking thing, and bulk of the price is CPU and GPU. Okay, cool. Yeah, FedEx. That sounds good. Sick. There we go. So that's my thought here is I think this is going to be my project instead of buying a already built uh, you know, desktop setup. I'm just going to buy this stuff from PC Parts Picker and try to do it myself. And I know I got you guys and I got Tucker. I got a whole team behind me to help me out. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know, Mountain Dew. And also, I know Red a while ago. Red just rebuilt um, a PC, I think, and I know Red had offered me like some kind of piece of something. I know, and yeah, I'm happy to pay for like a used part if it's still in good condition. I know Tucker's sister rebuilt their PC and had some pieces as well. So I'm gonna put this down, and we'll hop back over here. We're just gonna let it live behind us. But yeah, I mean, look at that. That's nice. It's definitely got to be cleaned. But you know, I think is and I do have my limits. I'll say that too, because the other week there was a hoarder house that got cleaned out. It was more like a hoarder garage, actually. It was a hoard in somebody's garage. They filled one of those, those giant dumpsters that you can get. They filled one of them, oh, and it was overflowing with junk. And at the top of the pile of junk, um, so Red, we're gonna start investing in a PC. So I found that on the side of the road, and it's trashed inside. So I think what I'm gonna have to do, I guess, is take everything out and order some parts. I was saying that I remember you had offered me. Oh, thank, thank, thank goodness. Oh, that's all I need. Red. So yeah, Red. I know you probably already got rid of it. It was like a couple weeks ago. I remember when you were talking about rebuilding your PC that I know you finished recently. You had something left over. If you don't, absolutely no worries. But my thought is, yeah, I'll get some stuff off PC Parts Picker, and just build my own because as much I think this laptop is going to be great for just playing games when I'm by myself on Steam. Um, but I have like the laptop fan running underneath it. I honestly kind of want to start up. I mean, that's the thing though. Like I'm testing it out because yes, is it shooting out hot air in the back? Yes. Is the center of my laptop hot today? No. But this laptop constantly makes me worried about a stream crashing. Knock on wood that nothing happens. Okay, that's all right. A game graphics card. Yeah, I mean, let me. I think I'll need everybody's help on this. Honestly, I've never done this before. I know. Yeah, I need the desktop in my life, like for real though, because having the stream crash is the most. And God, if it happens tonight, now that I feel like I'm talking about it way too much because I had so much success last night and retro replay night where there were no issues. Um, oh, sweet. Okay, well, thank you guys. I think when I have the desktop set up, that's going to significantly improve the quality of the streams I'm able to do because I noticed too, like even on when I was playing every co-op, like when I was playing Phasmophobia with Starla and Domo, I was seeing it on stream and there were like multiple times where the frames were just like in the toilet, like it was running like a cardboard box, like it could not handle anything. Seatbelts on. Drive safe. All right, Domo, drive safe, buddy. Yeah, I would love to experience building out a PC. And, you know, while I'm at it too, this year, I mean, the first investment I think I'm going to be making this year hopefully before prices get any worse here, is getting a new phone. Because, guys, that's the other thing. Um, this phone, this is a. Oh, man, my baby's not sleeping. That's not good. This phone here is from 2019, and it is dying. It's on the verge of a slow death. So, and what I might do here, guys, so my baby's not sleeping. What I might do, because I still want to do Nightline at 11, is I might take a break from like 10. I'll probably leave this stream up. Um, but, I mean, we'll see. I just texted my wife. I guess my baby's been up since 9:30, so, um, I'm just texting. Hold on. Oh man, it autocorrect. I said I was gonna take a pause here, and it said I'll take a piss here, and come and help. Hold on. Okay, hold on. She's telling me not to worry about it. Sorry guys, I don't mean to text while we're doing this, but come help. Hold on. So, essentially, yeah, my phone's dying, and no, I know you guys are vibing. I appreciate it. So we'll see. I let her know that I could pause here for a little bit and just come and help, and just make sure we do Nightline, because that's the big. Oh, okay, all right. She's telling me no. All right. So I guess we're good then. But yeah, I'm gonna get a new phone because the other thing too, I have so many good ideas. So it's kind of impressive. This is the best. I'm gonna say this. This is the best phone I've ever had, which I I never would have thought that. I got this. This is a Moto G stylus. All right. I got this in 2019. I've never had a phone battery last as long as this phone's battery has. This phone battery used to last me typically 3 to 4 days, where I wouldn't like be charging this phone at all. Um, and I was using it a good amount. I was using it for streaming music, phone calls, texts, all the good stuff. Um, and over time, it's slowly kind of, disintegrated. Where oh, now it's like one day between charging. Oh, that's crazy, FedEx. Yeah, so and that's the thing. Every phone I've ever owned, what I've always done is I've just gotten a new battery and I've just replaced the battery just to keep it going. But the difference with this phone is, let me see if I can reset. The difference with this phone actually is that it's also been experiencing some glitches, which that's what the what is it? That's my warning signs. So there are times where I'll be like texting and it'll just do this thing where it'll just shit the bed on itself. Like I'm just texting somebody and it'll just start like glitching in and out, and I will literally have to just power down the whole phone and restart it from scratch, which that process takes about like 5 minutes. It takes a long time for it to power back up. Um, oh, really, Mountain Dew? Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, because this phone, I feel like, I mean, I haven't looked at it, but I did take it apart, and it looks pretty easy to change. I mean, changing the battery is nothing on this one. So I mean, I could do it. It's just like, I don't know if I want to, like honestly, because the thing is too, the reason why would like to get a new phone is I would like to make content with my phone that is like my full-time phone. What I've done, and I've only done a few like TikTok videos with it, is my wife is letting me use her old iPhone, which powers on and charges, lasts for about 2 days. Oh, it's dependent on the model. Some Samsungs. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's the thing. I was, yeah, I just want a phone with like a good camera, good. It's hard, man. Phones are hard because like I was looking at the price of the phone that I was like looking to get, and it's like $900. But I'm like, to do what I wanted to do, I don't know. I don't know if that's a wise choice or not. I'm kind of torn. Realistically, I'm on a timeline here because this phone isn't gonna last me that much longer. I think at best, this thing is gonna be like trashed by mid. I would say late winters, very pushing it. I think if I were to make it till, at least with its current battery, if I were to make it till like March, that would be impressive. Because it's getting worse pretty quickly, and I've been noticing that. I feel like if I got the new battery and replaced it, this thing could probably last me like honestly another 2 years. Like the glitching I'm talking about is not bad, but it's just been noticeable enough where I'm like, when I first got this phone, this was the nicest phone I had ever bought. So all my phones prior to this were like literally like $80, $90 like touch screen phones or clamshell phones. I got made fun of a lot all throughout high school, all the way into college. I never had my first touch screen phone until I was like a sophomore in college. So I've definitely have always been behind the curve with technology because you know I financially I've never had a lot of help with those things. So especially with phone stuff. So all right, so that's something that I've been thinking about, but definitely it's good to know that I guess my baby is all set. That's what I'm going to assume. Um, we're going to be cooking with that desktop back there for some time going forward, and we'll see what we can do. My hope is that because we started streaming in the summer, my hope would be, based on how things are going, that I could, and I'm almost, so I'm pretty much one payment away for finally paying off this laptop, which is pretty exciting. And then it's just rebuilding my savings. So outside of that, then it's kind of just like back to square one with paying off some debt while saving for other things. And I think that if I do it right, we could be looking at a timeline of like, maybe I would want to say maybe like March or April, being able to have that desktop back there actually working. Got into high school. Well, so that was the thing, FedEx. So phones in my family were not allowed until we were 16, I think it was. I think that's how old my brothers were when they got their first phones. And I was the youngest. So I got into high school that was an hour away from my house, and my parents let me go. But the thing about it was they were like, you're just getting a clamshell, and that's it. And so that's what I had. And I honestly, I loved it because I had a phone. That's all I cared about. Oh yeah, no, dude. People used to rag on me so hard. They were like, "Dude, you have a flip phone? Like what?" And it wasn't like, looking back, it wasn't that crazy. Like I'm more kind of wowed that everybody I knew had like a an iPhone or a Galaxy or one of those phones when we were in high school. Like to me, that's actually what was kind of crazy there. Um, but yeah, no, and especially when I got to college, I went to a rich kids college, and I'm not rich. My family was like very heavy middle class because um, I got into this just super stupid expensive fucking college that I thought was gonna get me, I don't know. I thought it was gonna be a good time, and it was a good time. I mean, it definitely made me who I am. But man, I was going to school with kids that like their parents were a lot of kids had extremely wealthy parents, and so they when I when I walked up to that college with a flip phone in my hand, there were kids that were like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" But I eventually got my first. What was my first phone? I think my first phone was also. I'm trying to think of what it. Oh, actually, you know what? I didn't buy my first touchscreen. My mom bought it for me because I was refusing. I was like, I'm not spending money on that. And then finally, for that Christmas, she bought me my first ever touchscreen phone, which I think it was a Samsung. I want to say it was a Galaxy. It was like one of the older models. Yeah, dude, my college. Oh man, it's funny. It's funny too because my wife went to UConn and I lived with her when she was like finishing up her UConn graduate certificate. Um, and dude, there were kids that were like that were just driving around with like Maseratis on UConn's campus, and it was just like, what? Like, why do you have that here? Um, it's a very common thing, I guess. But my college, yeah, I went to a college called College of the Holy Cross, which, yes, it was a Catholic college. It's based in Worcester, Massachusetts. Extremely rigorous program. I hated that part about it. It was really like a weed out college all 4 years. Like all 4 years, it really felt like they were just trying to make you quit. Um, and so yeah, because they would always tout about how their workload was like double of what Harvard was, and they're not exaggerating. It was absurd how much work they gave you. Um, and do I think it prepared me for anything? it's debatable. I mean, I will say when I got to grad school, I was like, wow, you guys are assigning me like no work. And they were like, and it was a lot of work still. Like I was still getting, I had a lot of reading to do in grad school. That was kind of like my main bulk of work. But I was like, it was like nothing compared to what Holy Cross was like. Um, yeah. And I'm not a religious person either. So I'm not Catholic at all. I never was Catholic. I was raised in a very conservative kind of Christian household, but that is, and it's funny too because my mom is like liberal with some things, but it's definitely I'm very much I don't know what you'd call it, a free thinker, I guess is the maybe a fair term to put it. I'm not very confined by organized religion. And it's so weird too because I had a lot of friends that were, and I think the funniest thing about that is because when I was a kid I was like, yeah, I'm a Christian. That was a good time, but I always thought it was so funny that like it's just, and we're experiencing this now because there are a lot of churches in our area that are very like, there are a lot of these charismatic churches. No shade to anyone if you're a charismatic. I just am not that at all. But I always think it's funny when like somebody from the same religion that you are essentially is trying to evangelize you and tell you like that you need to go to their church and do their like religion's weird, man. Like, in all honesty, it's, I don't know, man. I could talk about it for hours, but I don't want to offend anyone. I believe everyone, freedom of worship. Everyone can worship whatever the fuck they want. If you want to worship the spaghetti monster in the sky, be my guest. Yeah, I really do. FedEx, thank you. I really enjoy the for-profit churches. Actually, my mother-in-law, so there was a time when we were hit hard with a really bad living situation when we moved to Connecticut with our newborn. And we ended up having to move in with my wife's mother. Because basically we lived in it was a flea-infested, mold-infested, asbestos-infested apartment that was a brand new apartment that they basically just embezzled millions of dollars. They were given all these millions for grants to abate this giant factory apartment complex. They didn't abate anything really, and they didn't do, and they just put walls up in a factory and said, yeah, let's call it a day. This is gonna be great. It was fucking terrible. So anyway, we moved in with my mother, and so many nights she would fall asleep, and she would never watch this, but she would be asleep long enough that Joel Osteen would go on TV, and I would watch it, and I was like, this is, I really do feel for people that fall into the clutches of the for-profit churches or anything where it's like, give us all your money, and the pastors are just like super wealthy. Oh, dude, yeah, the head of the Mormon church. I watched a documentary on that guy. I mean, that guy just blew your church's money, and he's in jail right now. Last time I checked, that guy, that like that dude, it's tough because like, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we're human, right? There is, a lot of ways you could say, I don't know, man. Again, like religion's a touchy subject, but and I could always give you my personal philosophy on things, but for the most part, when people are just taking money that was like given for a church and they're just going in to Vegas to gamble and have a grand old time, that blows my mind, dude. That's absolutely insane. This guy last week told this woman 1,200 wasn't giving. 1,200 wasn't giving enough. That's like, dude, that's for the longest time, that was like a paycheck for working 2 weeks for me. That's crazy. Yeah. Dude, all right. I'll share some tea, guys. So I have so like I said, I grew up in so they're not. They would never say that they're a conservative Christian group, but they basically are. I grew up in a non-denominational church, and one thing that's really funny to me about it is some of my younger cousins are really getting into it now, and they started posting these. One of them in particular, I won't. I love them so much, but he started posting these videos on like his interpretation of things and like what he's getting out of the Bible, and it's everybody's on their journey. I always have to remind myself of that. Like we're all here for specific reasons, right? But yeah, when kids are really into it too. I mean, you know, it's it's just what like one of my best friends. It's sad because one of my best friends was really into Christianity. Like his father was an alcoholic, and essentially what happened was his parents were about to divorce, and they started going to this church, and it like quote unquote cured his alcoholism. Um, Something happened where he just started going to a church and he just stopped drinking, like cold turkey. And so, you know, my friend was young when this happened, so naturally, he felt the mysticism of religion, and he felt that pretty heavily in his being, and so he was a very, you know, very sold on the idea of, you know, Christianity and Jesus and all that stuff, and he would always talk to me about it. And I went to his services, and that was a charismatic church, um, and I didn't like it. And I let him know. I was like, you know, it's just not for me. There's certain things there that, and I was granted. Now we were in high school. We were like sophomores, juniors in high schools when this was all going on. And I was just like, you know what, man, it's just not for me. Some of the things that they're saying in there, some of the things that they're doing in there, that's just not for me, and that's fine. And he was like, oh, okay, you know. Fast forward, uh, you know, a couple years down the road, and those the short term fix of whatever that was didn't last, and you know, lo and behold, like the family's not together anymore, and my friend now is completely disillusioned by it all. You know, and he's like, you know, he was like, I could never say this to my parents, but he was like, I'm not a Christian anymore. Like it just, I just don't like. I think I was just fed a big lie from the church that I was going to, from all these things that I heard, from all these like kind of miracles that I supposedly witnessed. And I was like, yeah, you know, man, like that's your journey, dude. And it's important that you just, you know, you had that moment in your life and that you recognize that, and that's fine. Like it's fine to be exactly where you are, even if it was the flip side and he was still like, you know, a Bible thumper, and he was telling me like that I should go back to church with him. Like that's fine. You know, everybody has their thing that they got to process and go through. You know, and that's all about existence. Like we're literally the universe experiencing itself infinitely across time and space right now. Like that's what humanity is. We are the eye of the universe that found a way to put itself into physical form so it could experience itself. That's all this is. It's pretty fucking. It's very very cool. Which then, you know, when you hear the term, like, you know, you see yourself in somebody else's eyes, or, you know, reflections of each other, all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's true. That's what I was saying yesterday. You know, you can never truly say you would never do X, Y, or Z, because put into any situation under any kind of, you know, um, you know, series of circumstances, a human could be pushed to any lengths. You know, it's kind of nuts, but I mean, and then bringing this whole conversation in full circle. That's kind of why, Jesus, whether you believe in him or not, whether he was just a man or whether he was God, I'm fully an agnostic. So, and I'm a apophatic agnostic. So I believe in things by knowing what things are not. Essentially, is like what basically where I'm coming from. So, whatever you believe, the whole idea of, you know, oh, I kind of just lost the thought there, but it's basically like, what is it? Love thy neighbor, basically. Let's just go with that, because it's like at the end of the day, like we are all of the same cut of the same cloth. Extra PA days and off days. What's PA days? Yeah, and so my wife went to Catholic school. She had to go to Catholic school. Her upbringing. I didn't. I went to an arts high school, which was pretty lit. I did go to the Catholic college, but then my graduate, I went to a public university for graduate school, and it was great times. Great times were had, and I think that's the funniest thing about going to this Catholic college that I went to was if you didn't know it was a Catholic college, you would have just thought it was any other college. I never saw kids go so hard on the weekends binge drinking, and it was a regular occurrence where there'd be multiple ambulance calls a night all over campus. There were many times where you would just see bodies being dragged through the quads of people just completely unconscious from alcohol. Heavy drinking school because the workload was so hard. When you push kids to a point where they don't have any free time at all during the week, any time to relax or de-stress, they're gonna use a weekend to drink as hard as they possibly can. Speaking from experience. Half days. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, too, there are some really good Catholic churches out there, I'm sure. Some really good congregations. But, don't knock it till you try it is my kind of motto. Try, actually, the best motto I have is from Terence McKenna, who talks about no guru, no method, no way. Basically saying that if you're going to experience anything in life, you do it yourself. You go out and you carve your own path. You search for your own truth, and it will make itself known to you. And that's kind of, I think the more I've thought about that statement as I've grown older, the more things I've come to understand. I think that is just such a good way to view life, So thank you guys. Thank you guys for being here. Hopefully it didn't turn you off too much to hear me talk about religion in any capacity. I know some people it makes them sick. That's definitely not my intention. It's a large part of my life, and I think it definitely makes up a bit of who I am. And whoever you are, anyone that's on here, I accept everybody, really, as long as you're not, I don't know, as long as you're not a full of hate, then we're on good speaking terms, I'd say. Even those people that are full of hate, like, just chill the fuck out, like, smoke a joint, relax, have a drink. It's no reason to be so hateful every day. Yeah. Life is too short to hate something that much, to hate other people that much and take things so seriously, and yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. We could talk about this. We could go down the rabbit hole another time, because I can kind of talk about this stuff all night and just start making no sense. And I truly don't know if you guys are like, I don't know. I don't want to bore anyone. That's not my intention here. So that's Mountain Dew. That's it. Ding 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 ding. That's the jackpot right there. If people could learn to just shut the fuck up and just take a breath and just say, you know what? I'm a person. I'm also working with other people. We're all humans, um, and that's okay. Nothing is as scary or as crazy as it seems. Then we would be infinitely better off than where we are right now. I think when I was doing comedy, I did this short stand-up. I was doing stand-up for a short bit of my life, but my set was called "It's So Simple, It's Stupid," because I mean, gosh, like just we commodified everything, and it's just silly, like people. Like I'm definitely not a capitalist because capitalism, it really true capitalism is when every single individual is competing with every other individual. That's the end goal of capitalism. That competition amongst every individual is the core of society. That there is no working together. That it is constantly trying to undercut, disenfranchise, exploit every other individual you come across. That's end goal capitalism. Um, and if you believe in that, I would just urge you to chill the fuck out. like just chill the fuck out, dude. Like, there is so much in this world. We are so tiny. Humans are so tiny. Like when you think, if you go up like a million, or let's even just say 1,000 feet in the air, when you're in a fucking airplane flying over a city, you can't see a person on the ground. You can't. Like I've done it. I've tried to look. Once you hit like a couple like 100 feet in the air, you can't see shit on the ground. If you're like thousands of feet in the air, you can't even make out what a person is. So to think that like there's scarcity at all in any fucking like channel of existence, man, what kind of shit are you smoking? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, it's the biggest lie to believe that there's not enough pieces of the pie for everyone at the table. So, yeah, Mountain Dew said it really well there. So we're approaching 11 o'clock, guys. I'm gonna see who's gonna be first up here. Because I'm gonna have to go in here too. What is it? Everyone's Oh, Dombo. Jimmy, see if you can hit that stream. I just saw that. Alright, so let's see here. Oh, so I'm already connected to Nightline. Hold on. Let me just hop off of this real quick. What is open chat. This is how you do it. Oh, perfect. Okay, I see now. So we got Starla, Red, and we got Mountain Dew. Perfect, guys. So anyone else that wants to hop into Nightline, feel free. Yep. Allie, you beat me to it. I had to find the open chat for that. But anyone else that wants to do it, feel free to sign up. I think we got like enough room for maybe 2 more slots. We'll try to keep it 10-minute segments. Maybe, it depends. If nobody else signs up, we could do like 15 minutes per person. I think knowing who's going to be on this, I could talk about this for a long time. And so now that we're approaching it, I'm gonna introduce the idea. All right, so it's just about 10:50 p.m. Eastern time, and let's get ready for Nightline. So tonight's prompt, guys, is something that I was thinking about the other day because I don't have enough opportunity in my life to talk about this. What I want to hear, or what I want to hear from the people that I'm going to be speaking with tonight, is I want you guys to talk about your favorite childhood video games. Like what were Oh, I'll say Starla. Yeah, Starla. We'll keep an eye on the time for our when you hop on. Um, but yeah, like childhood video games or any games that stuck out to you that were like pivotal games for your life. Um, like going back to my earliest memories, the very first games I remember playing were Super Smash on the 64, Zelda Ocarina of Time. Um, I've mentioned it a few times here. We had that Blues Brothers game on the 64. We had the Power Rangers game. I had a Scooby Doo game on the 64. We had a lot of 64 games. Then the PS2 was introduced, and Kingdom Hearts was the first game I beat on the PS2. And when I say I fell in love with that game, I loved that game. That was like my that game was hitting all the boxes for me. The big thing about it, oh, we got a sub for 3 months. Domo, thank you, Domo. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Um, yeah, with Ocarina of Time, I think Zelda was like Zelda and then Zelda Majora's Mask. Majora's Mask was definitely my favorite N64 game, looking back. And of course Banjo Kazooie, Banjo Tooie. Those are whoa, oh shit, Domo. Oh Domo, you made it home. Oh my gosh, Domo, thank you so much. That's a sub goal, baby. We put Tucker in third. Oh my gosh, that's fucking wild, guys. But yeah, I would say Majora's Mask, I spent a lot of time on. Then, yeah, Kingdom Hearts. There were other games there too, like Dragon Ball Z. And then when we look at the PS2, I mean, I could just talk about the PS2 for hours. So many games we owned or we played. And I'm going to talk about one game that will be my big pivotal game for you guys. So there was a game that I didn't even beat. I'm going to preface it with that. I never even beat this game. Even as an adult, I actually went back to beat this game as an adult, and I didn't. Because I'm not going to lie, the game does kind of suck a little bit. But it's a game called Metropolis Mania by Natsumi for the PS2. And you're this little... Alright, if you look up the video for it, the graphics, man, are... When you're a kid, the graphics are... Looking back, I was like, wow, this is so cool. Like, it's basically like it's like city skylines. On like... It's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's basically like you're this little person that you're told you're a metropolis maker, and your goal is you're going to build cities, right? And so they give you a piece of chalk and a phone. I'm not kidding. They give you a piece of chalk, a phone, an address book, and like deeds. And essentially, you use the chalk to build roads. You get phone calls on your little phone, of course. Your address book is all the residents that move in. And you get these little deeds of where you can build houses. And so you progress through, there's 10 levels. I think the farthest I made it was level 5, honestly. Oh, I'll get to it. So I just remembered why I'd never actually beat it. But essentially, you go through, you build houses. The big bulk of the game is you actually have to befriend all of the residents of the houses that you're building. You think I'm 6'3"? God damn, dude. I'm tall about 6'3". No, I'm not 6'3". Domo just hypes me up like way out of control. Wait, you're out of control, Domo. Um, so essentially, yeah, the thing with the game is the whole like point of the game is to befriend the residents of your city, and how part of doing that is you ask them like either or questions. Like you'd be like, how do you prefer your sake, hot or cold? Or that's what the resident will ask you as the player, and depending on what you answer, it'll either uh, move up your affection with the resident either a little bit or significantly. And then as you get into like level 3 and 4, that's when you start getting like problems in your city. The first problem you have is there's a thief that moves into the city, and thinking back to it, it was so hard to figure out who the thief was. But because it's such a shitty game, you can actually figure out who the thief is, and then literally just don't build their house, and you could beat the whole level without any problems at all. So it was that type of game. But Metropolis Mania, that was like a huge game for me because I played it on my own for a while. My brothers were like, dude, this game is fucking garbage. And of course, my brothers are like 4 or 5 years older than me, so they had a point. Oh, Derek, you guys. Derek, my boy, you got some nice teeth. I lent you my yacht once. Yes. Yes, I helped with homework and gave you a golden star sticker. It's almost 10. Thank you, Domo. Thank you for the lurk, Domo. I hope I imagine Domo's probably going live with his stream. Domo, best of luck. I'm gonna pop in tonight once I wrap up here, if you're streaming, my good sir. So anyway, that is my first story, guys. Is Metropolis Mania. There are hundreds of other games I could talk to you about. Hundreds of times I was stressed out. It was pretty much I went through the PS2 phase, and then I got into FPSs because that's when I was introduced to Call of Duty. I played Call of Duty for years. I was a huge fan of zombies. I love Call of Duty Zombies. And then from there, I got into MMORPGs like League of Legends, and that ruined my life for about 6 years of pain and suffering until I finally quit League. And then the later years of my life, I've just kind of been bumbling around until I started streaming, and now I'm playing new games for the first time for what feels like forever, and it is such a nice feeling. So I'm gonna be when. Hey, Skunga, what's up, Skunga? Thank you for hopping on. I hope you're doing well. I'm gonna pour some new whiskey in here. Just gonna down this. 10 out of 10 with that whiskey sour. When that whiskey sour was fresh, I'm a little honestly, that kind of made me a little buzzed. I'm a little buzzed hopping into this Nightline here, but that probably makes it a little better. I gotta wash it down with some more whiskey. So we're gonna do that. So now, guys, we get to the most exciting part of the night. The part of the night that everybody's been waiting for, so patiently, I might add, is Nightline. Time when you guys can call in on the Discord. We can chat for a bit. Tonight, we're going to be talking about childhood video games, or the video games for you that shaped your life, that made you just oh so happy to be alive. So I'm going to turn down the volume even more, so it's just like very, very subtle background music there. All right, I think we're good there. Oh, I'm doing good, Skunga. Thank you for asking. You know, it's pretty good night. It's been a great stream. This has been a lot of fun. We made a whiskey sour. We talked about Tim Robinson. I didn't even talk about daylight savings. Actually, we kind of got into a talk for a while there about religion. And now we're talking about video games. So if you want, Skunga, if you want to hop on, if you have a mic, you can hop into the Discord, and just you open up the chat and just let us know that you want to chat. And you can definitely be added. I'm gonna hop into Nightline now, and it is 11 o'clock. Starla, whenever you're ready, feel free to hop in here, and we will get to it.
What's going on, partner?
Hey, we got Ali Starla, everybody. Everybody, give Ali a big warm welcome.
I don't hear a diggly dang thing.
You don't. Oh wait, hold on. Wait, what's going on here? It's showing that my
Oh,
is it. Can you not hear me at all? Why? Hold
I don't
on.
hear you over Discord in particular. I have
Yep.
my headphones in, but it
Yep.
says it says you're not talking.
Yep. I figured out why. It's telling me it's
Do I just have control of the stream now?
uh
Am I the underground?
you are the underground. All right, test. Why isn't this? Hold on. Can you? Nope. That's still not working. Oh shit. Oh, I just exited out of Discord. Hold on. Let me try this again. Okay, it's in my settings. Hold on. My input is my microphone. Output is my headphones.
Is it live?
Yep, we should be live. Can you hear me now?
Yes, there you are. Hello.
All right. I had my input and output backwards. Hello, Ali. How are you doing tonight?
That happens to me all the time. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for being on Nightline a second time. You are the first person doing it a second time. How does it feel?
Good. I will try to not be like an hour long this time. I'm deliberately going first so that I'm not the one that extends it later if someone keeps going.
Hey,
Red was saying that you dissed me last time about that, so I was like, okay.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good. I was like, yeah, Ali loves to talk. Honestly, I was there for it. I didn't. It's one of those things where I think that our first time talking to each other.
Yeah, that was before we streamed together.
Oh man, dude, that was wild.
Yeah, it was fun. It was exciting.
Good. Well, thank you for coming back for more. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, anytime.
So tell me, do tell me, what is the games from your childhood that have like shaped you? What games have made Ali Starla Ali Starla? Please
Unironically,
tell me.
you shared a lot of the same ones. Like, you did say Ocarina of Time, which was the first game that I ever played. You surprisingly said Kingdom Hearts. I don't know how I didn't clock Theater Kid and Kingdom Hearts in the same human being, but that makes sense. Kingdom Hearts is fantastic.
Yeah, amazing.
I was more of a fan of I played the second game first, but still fantastic franchise.
Okay.
But I was always more of like a cooperative person. So I did play some Twilight Princess. That was definitely one that shaped me. It's my favorite Zelda game right now.
Yeah.
A few other ones that came to mind as I was trying to think of a response was like Dark Legacy, Gauntlet. I played that a lot with my friends. Shrek 2 for the GameCube was one.
Sure. Yes.
And there was some Borderlands, some Dragon
yeah.
Age, a lot of Fable. Fable was the first non-Nintendo franchise I ever played. I
Okay.
played the original on Xbox. I played 2 and 3. I haven't played the Kinect one. But I gotta say, I feel like the one that impacted me the most throughout my entire life was actually Super Smash Bros. Brawl for the Wii.
Nice. And is it because the co-op or like the playing with others or like what is the reason?
Well, I was big on Smash with Melee and 64, but Brawl kind of helped drop that competitive aspect since it was meant to be more of a party game, and so it was really it was really easy to like introduce to my friends and pick it up because it already had kind of like it's Melee but bad thing. So like if people were playing it, people were just down to play it to have a good time. And I somehow was able to convince both my mom and my dad at separate points in my life to play it with me. So I have so many good
Oh.
memories of running through the subspace emissary story mode with like my dad and him playing Pikachu, me playing Samus, him
Oh
not being
man.
able to do the platforming, getting crushed by spikes, instantly dying, and just me laughing so hard, or like my mom always having to play Kirby because she just smashes the jump button to get anywhere. And then also like it was the game that really got me into Smash as well.
Yeah.
Got me to play some of my favorite mains like Olimar, Zelda. Dr. Mario wasn't in Brawl, but I had played him before.
Yeah.
It's just a fantastic time altogether. Like it's one of those multiplayer games where you get a couple beers in, or you do it
Couple
stone cold
beers.
sober as I
Yeah.
have,
Yeah.
and
No.
you hop on Subspace Emissary, you watch all the cutscenes, watch King DDD beefing with Luigi and Wario for some reason. Like it's just a fantastic time.
Yeah.
Specifically that one.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more. They've done a really fantastic job with the Smash series because I found that anyone I've ever talked to has played at least like one Smash. Like if
Oh yeah.
I think it'd be shocking if somebody has made it their whole life, at least living in the North America region without ever playing one of the Smashes. I think that'd be insane to me because it's like it's just such a staple party game, I think.
Yeah, that it is kind of a party game. It is very yeah, I that's a I don't know why I'm stumping all of a sudden. You got me limited now, so now I have to like I feel like I have a certain amount of words that I can use at a time. So my brain is on like
Don't be
limited mode
limited.
now.
Don't be limited. Don't be limited with me, Starla. I want all of Ali
Yeah, no,
Starla. Yeah, no, you're
it's
good.
just a vibe. It's just a vibe. I mean, I can talk about the other ones too, like Gauntlet Dark Legacy. We've talked about it a little bit in chat. That
Yeah.
was another game where that one's slower though. Like Gauntlet Dark Legacy is probably one of the longest games on GameCube that I've ever played. Admittedly, I only ever played it with friends. It's not really
Yeah.
fun by yourself, but maybe that's
I
just me.
no, so I know exactly what you mean though. Like I when I played Gauntlet Seven Sorrows, my understanding is it's probably the play style is similar to Dark Legacy, where it's that top down like screen scrolling kind of game where you're just hacking and
Hmm.
slashing. So I played one game, Champions of Norath, that is a very long playthrough, probably similar to the length of Dark Legacy.
Yeah.
And the thing was, me and my brothers, so I have two older brothers that I was able to play games with, and we played that game for hours. Um, and we found a really cool way to glitch the game where you could actually load your character by separately from the game itself. So we would save a file before a boss and then beat the boss, save our characters, and then reload the file and then re-import our characters that had already beaten the boss. So we did that like 17 times with one. It was like a vampire boss that we were just spiking with experience. Anyway,
Oh, for real.
oh yeah, it was we felt like we were so fucking smart at the time. We were all but
Now that's basically a thing with Borderlands where you can go back into the boss and like refight it as many times as you want.
yeah. Yeah, and so but with a game like that though, like I did go back into high school and beat it by myself, and after I beat it once, and I did start beating it a second time, and I was like, man, it's just not as fun without like my brothers or like without
Yeah.
anyone, you know. So I get that. I get that. Do you have any games in your opinion that would be like, what would be like a hidden gem kind of game for you? Like, what are games for you that are just like
Oh,
probably nobody
hidden
knows
gem.
about? Because
Oh
mine,
man, I thought
see, mine is the Blues Brothers from the N64. I don't think I've ever heard somebody mention that game. I think it's a fun game, and I'm gonna play it on stream one of these days once I get that game back. Um, but yeah, like anything like that.
See, I feel like it might have to be Fable 2. Because, like, I feel like it was such a big, like, fantasy action RPG name back in the day. And yet, when people talk about, like, games that are, like, exclusive to certain consoles or certain brands, I never hear anybody talking about it. If people are talking about Microsoft, they're talking about Halo or Gears of War or like I don't even know if Microsoft had a platformer. I'm not too familiar with that. But I
Yeah.
don't see anybody talking about Fable and it's made me feel like it's not as big as as I perceived that it was. I thought that Fable was as big as like the Zelda franchise, but it turns out from what I can tell it
It's
is
not.
in itself kind of a hidden gem, despite there being like multiple games in the franchise. Like we have spin-offs, we had a card game at some point, we had a Connect version that was like a prequel between the first and second game that I don't even think is canon anymore. But the second
Damn.
game in particular, especially if you can get some sort of online co-op going, is just like a really like lean back and chill and vibe kind of game. You
Just
run around
take
this
it all in.
kingdom. You are like this kid, this like poor kid that turns out is one of the last remaining heroes of the world. You get shot out of a window by the
All right.
guy that doesn't want you like
I gotta
yeah,
stop you there. That is the game
okay.
that I have. That's the game that I started and I stopped. So
Yeah?
that's the yes. So I everything you're saying. So I have to beat this game, is what you're telling me.
Well, that's just the beginning. I don't know if I'm spoiling anything too bad because that's
No,
literally just the beginning of the game, but
yeah, that is what I. That's as far as I got. I got
I
to.
would, yeah, I would absolutely recommend it. If you can get online co-op, then you can both play your
Oh,
heroes, both play dress each other up. The only thing I don't like about Fable 2 is if you do couch co-op, the second player is stuck as a henchman and has like a particular design that they can choose and like a particular weapon. They don't get to like play as their hero and dress up
okay.
as their hero. So like if you ever get the chance to play it online, that's how I would recommend it. It's tons of fun. The combat gets so overpowered so quickly. The music is
Yeah,
fantastic. I had one of the areas in my nap video, not to
I
try and
did
plug,
see. No, I
but
did see that. I did see that. Shout
it's
out to
fantastic.
shout out to Starla's YouTube channel. If you haven't checked it out yet, guys, check out Ali Starla on YouTube. She
I
is
appreciate that.
gonna be huge. You already are huge in my book. You're gonna be just 10 times. You're just it's gonna be cool to watch your stuff grow. Um, but that's pretty sick. So yeah, Fable 2 sounds pretty good then.
Oh yeah.
Did you have one question before you hop off? Did you ever play like what do you call? Oh, I guess they'd be called flash games, which are now obsolete.
Oh hell yeah. Like
Okay.
I was big on like what is it, Fancy Pants? I played that guy.
Oh, I
Played
remember Fancy
like the
Pants.
Stickman. It's like there was this one that was like Stickman, but it was like worms, and I think it was just called
Oh,
Stickman War. I was a big Happy Wheels person. Cool
wow.
math games, cool
Cool,
girl games,
cool math.
MarioGames.com. Yeah.
Oh man, that brings back some good memories. I always think about that. Why I think it's such bullshit. They like discontinued Flash games.
Yeah.
Such a loss to society as a whole.
My favorite was Naruto versus Bleach.
Oh,
That was my favorite Flash game growing up.
dude, that's fucking sick. We had this one game. It was called like we played Flash games a lot, but there was I think the very first one we played was like, oh man, I wish I could remember the name of it. You basically had a character that had balloons attached to the character, and the whole goal it was like PvP, uh,
Oh.
where you would just try to pop the other character's balloons.
Oh, there
Um,
was stuff like that where you had to like use
I
the
think it was
mouse to
Balloon
shoot
Fight.
each other. There was also Bloons Tower Defense, which I played a whole lot of. Specifically, Bloons Tower Defense 4. I feel like everyone says 3. I played 4.
I, I think everyone's talking about Balloons Tower Defense 3, when actually it's 4.
Everyone I know that talks about Bloons Tower Defense, they played 3. I specifically enjoyed 4 more.
Oh man, that's see, and I got really into, and actually it still exists, thankfully. It's this studio called, I don't know if I'm saying it right.
Territory War? It might have been. If I can do a quick Google before I get kicked off, I
No,
think it was.
the one I know of is if you type in xegngames.com. Oh, it's
Oh my god, it was Territory War. Holy shit.
hold on.
Sorry,
Oh,
I'm swearing. It totally was.
oh,
That's
they
crazy.
the company I know rebranded itself. It's now xgenstudios.com. So they actually they still exist.
Thank you for catching that, dude.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah, XGen games. So they back in the day, these guys only had like 3 games out, and one of them was just Stick Fight Arena and Stick RPG. Oh, and Fishy. So these were pretty fun games. I still actually play these. Motherload is a good game as well. All right. Well, anyway, everyone, Allie, thank you for being our first tonight. Thank you for breaking the
Yeah.
ice.
I'm waving even though no one can see me, but just know I'm waving.
I'm giving you a big round of applause, so it's all good.
Yeah.
All right, well, Starlet, we'll catch you later. Thank you again.
Absolutely.
And
Whenever you are ready to hang out again, that would be very fun. You got it. You got to join us for some RV there yet.
Oh yeah,
we were talking about you last night, and I was like, Derek's gotta hop in. He's gotta be the mediator.
Oh, please, please let the stars align. Let my baby sleep some more. Let's all just start.
Oh, I feel that.
Just everyone, just right now, just think, baby Natalie, sleep. Just tell her
Think baby thoughts.
Think baby thoughts. Think baby sleeping thoughts. Fucking sleep. Just stay asleep. All right. Well, thanks, Allie. I will catch you later. And please,
yes, have
please.
a good night.
Thank you. You have a great night as well. I appreciate it. Bye. Bye. All right. I'm waving as well to Starla. All right. So next we have Red Fire Pandas. Red, hop in whenever you're ready. There we go. Oh, and the baby's doing well, Skunga. Thank you for asking. Baby's doing, honestly, she's fantastic during the day. She's wonderful during the day. It's at night she just doesn't want to stay asleep. Red, how you doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
Good. Good. Welcome back to, well, and of course, thank you for moderating this as always.
Yeah, of course.
But welcome back to Nightline. So you already know the topic because I run the topics by Red before we start Nightline. But Red, I'm super curious to hear your perspectives, your life experiences. What are the games that have made you Red? What are the games that have made Red Fire Pandas?
I didn't think about this when you asked me the question, so I'm starting to think about it now because I did not prepare. I probably should have.
No, I don't think you should have. I think this is far better because it makes you actually have to dig into your what do you call it? Your oh man, the term's slipping my mind, but just like your gut instincts are trying to pull those memories for you. So it's like that's what's you know, most important here. Yeah, because Red, what I mean, well, let's start with this. Like, what was the first system you started on?
PS2, I think.
PS2, okay. What was do you remember the first game you played?
I think, because I used to watch my dad play all the time, because, like, I wasn't allowed to play anything for a while. I think the first game I played was Epic Mickey 2, when it originally came out on the PS3.
Oh, damn. Oh, man. I feel like an ass, because that's right now, that's like my relationship with my son. I'm a little nervous. Well, no, I'm not nervous. He actually does play video games, but, like, I haven't let him come down in the basement's not safe. I'll just preface it with that. Like, my basement's not safe for a little boy to be walking around by himself. I have a 4-foot deep hole that is just anyone can fall down in, and that would be awful. So Epic Mickey 2 for the PS3. And then where'd you go from there? I think you told me one time we talked, maybe it was last time we did this, or I feel like you told me at some point you were like a big Nintendo 3DS kid. Is that?
Not the 3DS. I never owned a 3DS. I had the chunky, made-for-a-year 2DS version that ran the 3DS.
That's it. That's what it was. Okay. All right. So were there any games from that were like your goated games?
So that was like my first console that I had like for myself that I was the only person that played on. So I had Luigi's Mansion, the original one.
Oh,
I had
shit.
Mario Kart 7, and I had Pokemon X. That was the first Pokemon game I had ever played, so that got me into that universe. But the one I played the most was Mario Kart 7.
Yeah.
Because I learned that online I was actually pretty good, so I would spend hours playing online, and I was devastated when they got rid of the Mario Kart 7 online servers. I'm still mad about it. I'm still salty. There were people playing on it. I would have paid for it. So that's on you, Nintendo.
That's too real. That's too real because it's like, yeah, no, if when you feel that passionately about something. So why did they discontinue it? Was it just because they released 8 and they were like, now everybody play 8 and that's it?
It's because they did it when they released the new like pack for 8,
Oh, okay.
and then because they were planning on releasing like Mario Kart World, so then they would have a new server for like new Mario Kart, and they wanted to get rid of the old one so they didn't have to maintain it.
Oh, that makes, and yeah, Skugga is saying Luigi's Mansion is so much fun. Luigi's Mansion, I feel like uh, I have been shorted because there is so many outstanding Nintendo games that I've just completely missed in my life up to this point. Luigi's Mansion is one of them. I've only seen video of it, so that's a game that's definitely on my list at some point. But yeah, no, that's terrible. That breaks my heart to hear that you were so passionate about sevens online and then it was taken from you. That's like the worst because it's like these flash games. Like I remember when not to go. I don't want to go back to talking about flash games, but I'm going to because I was playing flash games actually like throughout my whole life, kind of on a regular basis. Like I still was going to underground whatever the fuck it's called that there was like an underground games or something like that. And I remember what the first day it happened where like I went to log in or I was on my computer and I got a big hold on I'm like oh and I got a notice on my computer being like on this date flash games are going to end and I like looked at my computer I was like this has to be like one of those like scam pop-ups like that was my initial thought I was like this is a lie and nope it was true so no I
Yeah.
get that um and,
I think it's my most played game too. Like I have it right in front of me, and there's like an activity log. And Pokemon X is 14 days, but Mario Kart 7 is 30 days.
that's that's pretty good so 30 what's 30 times 24 that's 3 times 6 oh no 3 what am I thinking 3 times 6 3 times 2 equals 6 so that's something like you put a lot of hours into that that's a that's a
Yep.
lot yeah 30 days
Yeah.
damn
I
Red
think though, like my actual introduction to like PC gaming and like actual like games that I play
that's
now regularly was Portal 2.
oh
Cuz I played Portal, but
yeah
Portal 2 was what really got me into like gaming regularly
yeah
because I got through the main line and then I started playing like the multiplayer, and that was like, oh my god, I actually love video games. I want to play this forever. And I still play it to this day. And then
damn
that got me into Dying Light, and then
oh
Dying Light got me into like Assassin's Creed and
oh
Skyrim and stuff like that. So it was just kind of like domino effect from Portal 2.
damn that's pretty good yeah Dying Light's another one Portal honestly Portal's another one I just I watched my brother beat Portal 1 and I kind of live vicariously when I'm watching somebody beat a game because I literally what I'll do when I watch somebody else play is I'll watch what they're doing with the controller and then I'm just literally in my head watching them imaging like how I'd be using the joystick all that stuff so when I see somebody play a game I get the feeling in myself I'm like I don't know if I need to play it because I just watched somebody beat it but um that's a pretty good progression though. Which Assassin's Creed? Just the first, and
There
then
were
you
three.
the
I don't
first
remember which
three.
ones it was. It was. I have it in my library. Hold on.
Because when I
Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It was Odyssey. That was the one that I played first.
okay, nice. I didn't. I played. I got the one where you're like a Native American. That was the one I think it's Assassin's Creed 3 that I have that I beat. That was a good one. My brother beat 1 and 2. Those were pretty good too. And then I had a roommate who had Black Flag. That was the one right after the one I had, and I was just not interested. Um, but I digress. There's something for everybody with the those games. So that I know some people are really passionate about the Assassin's Creed franchise. So that's pretty legit there. Word. Okay, and for you then, Red, are there any games that you've ever played that you feel like nobody else has played or that are like you know, hidden gems in video gaming.
Epic Mickey is so obscure.
That's what I was.
They
Okay, keep talking. Sorry, keep going.
it's a Disney game where basically you play as Mickey and you get sucked into this like universe of cartoons,
Yeah.
and they're like forgotten cartoons. So they're run by Oswald, who was the original Disney character. And don't get me started on Disney because I will talk your ear off for hours. But he's the original Disney cartoon, and he stopped getting made because he got bought out by Warner Brothers and Universal, and they did eventually buy
Whoa.
him back by
What?
trading him for a literally real person. They gave Universal Studios a real person to get Oswald back. So that's fun. But they made it, and it's he goes through and he has to like
Is he
restore the
the
world because
is
it's
is he the lucky rabbit?
he is the
Oswald.
lucky rabbit. Yeah.
Oh shit. That is
He's my favorite character.
I never knew of him until just now. So that's
Yeah.
fucking wild. Okay, so hold on. So they traded a real person to buy Oswald from Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Who
Walt-
who's the
Yeah,
person?
Walt Disney or I can't. He was one of their animators.
Oh,
But
okay,
the reason
okay,
is
that's fair.
Walt initially worked for Warner Brothers, so when he created Oswald, he was still under the Warner Brothers label, so they technically had the rights to him. So when he created Disney Studios, they had to figure out a way to get him back because he didn't own him at Disney Studios. It was still owned by Warner Brothers. So they gave them a Disney animator to get Oswald back.
That's fucking insane. Oh my gosh. That is
Well, he
hilarious.
didn't lose his job, Mountain
What-
Dew. He just got a new
Right.
job at a different company.
They literally were like, "Hey, pack up your stuff. You're going to Warner Brothers. That's all you need to know." And then so he was probably like, "Wait, can I stay?" And they're like, "Actually, you can't. It's done. Like, get out of here." So he goes over there, and then like probably like that week he's talking to his new boss. He's like, "Why the fuck am I here?" And like, "Well, buddy, you were traded. We traded you for Oswald, the lucky rabbit." Oh man, that's a story right there. I don't think anyone knows. Like, I didn't know that. I bet you, if I mentioned that story to either of my brothers, they'd have no fucking clue what I'm talking about. And one of my brothers
Yeah.
is really big into just knowing shit like that. So he might know. I say all this, and he probably does know this already. Now I'm disappointed, but that's so funny though. Thank you for sharing that, Red. And so Epic Mickey. That looking up, that's one of those games that I do remember seeing, Epic Mickey and Epic Mickey 2, and I just never, I never even watched video of it. I think so. That's pretty cool to hear that it's actually pretty good. Oh, and I see save 60% on Steam right now. For Epic
Yeah,
Mickey.
they released a different version because the original version is not compatible with pretty much anything other than the Wii U. So they released Epic Mickey Rebrushed, which
Oh.
works on everything else, and they redid all of the graphics, so it's kind of not the same game, but it's
Yeah.
still like the same plot line.
Yeah, because Tucker was telling me, isn't the Wii U like completely obsolete now?
I have one, but it doesn't work with pretty much anything. You have to buy the game cartridges, and if you try to use online games, it shuts itself off.
That's what he was telling me. Yeah, he was saying that because he has one too, and he was telling me that something like all of his online games now are just you can't even access them because they got rid of. Didn't they get rid of the Wii U like online library? Like it just doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks. I get worried with that like too with everything. I want to say everything post PS3, 360. I think Switch. I think Switch is actually going to be fine. But I've noticed with the PS4, there was one day where I couldn't access Wi-Fi at all, and it just wouldn't load the game from. And it was a game that was already downloaded that I owned that I had a disc for, and it just wouldn't even play the game because I wasn't able to access Wi-Fi, which I was like, that is so frustrating. Um, but I worry that with some of these newer consoles that it's gonna get to a point where like we're just locked into needing to have internet access. But we'll the big PS4 outrage. That's right, Skunga. Um, but we're okay. So Mickey, Epic Mickey 2. That's good to know. That's good to know. And let me just see here. Before
Epic Mickey 2 is a multiplayer game. You can play it by yourself, but I would not recommend it. It's really janky. You have to have a second player.
Why do you have to have a second? Oh, because it's the power of. I think I can already. So this is like one of those ones where you need a second person to beat it.
You can play it by yourself, but the AI that controls the other character is so janky it makes the game unplayable.
Damn. So I would say that. So real quick, if I bought this on Steam, is this something that you could stream with somebody else? Like, is it online play it on stream? On Steam, I
It's
mean.
a local multiplayer.
Oh, it's local multiplayer. It looks pretty good.
But Epic Mickey rebrushed. You could play that on stream because it's by yourself.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know. All right. Well, thank you, Red. Everybody, Red, thank you for hopping on here. Thank you for moderating this as always. You're amazing, and I appreciate you so much. To the moon, Red. To the moon. All right, everybody. Thank you, Red. Give Red a round of applause. All right, Red signing off. All right, and so now I think we got Mountain Dew hopping into the chat. Mountain Dew, hop in whenever you're ready. I'm curious. I'm curious. I'm a curious cat, as one once said. Oh, there we go. What
Hello.
is? Hey, how's it going, Mountain Dew?
I'm doing good.
Good, dude. I'm laughing because I'm seeing your profile picture on Discord. it's,
Yeah.
it's Shaggy with the upside down face. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. I'm glad for it to be the weekend. It was a long week of school, so.
Yeah, dude, you're really roughing it with school right now, huh?
Yeah, I'm in my senior year, so everything's wrapping up and it's a lot of work, but.
That's a big deal. But good. I'm glad things are going well. And then let's get right into. Oh, and were you gonna say something about your Shaggy? I kind of spoke over.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I've had the same profile picture since I made my Discord account. I think in 2018. I've never changed it.
Hey, good choice. Good choice. Big fan of Shaggy. Big fan of upside down face Shaggy. So Red, Mountain Dew. Tell me, what are the games that have made Mountain Dew Mountain Dew?
I played so many games, and so I definitely can't narrow it down to one. But like,
That's
I was
okay.
thinking about this. I think probably the first game I ever played, other than like Flash games and stuff like that, was Guitar Hero World Tour, I think. Because my dad would put that on, and on the drums you could do like the easiest mode, where it doesn't matter what pad you hit, as long as you hit something on time, it would count.
Oh, cool.
So I'd play that with my dad and my brother.
Oh, that's sick.
And I mean, I still play Guitar Hero like very regularly, so that has a special place in my heart. But
Yeah, Guitar Hero is just I'll never forget the Christmas that I was actually with the Social Norm, where I got Guitar Hero 3 right when it was popular. And that was the best Christmas I ever had as a kid, because I screamed so much. And boy, did I play the shit out of that guitar. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Guitar Hero. So what's your favorite Guitar Hero, if you don't mind me asking?
my favorite would either be World Tour, like I said, or Guitar Hero 3. I love all the songs in that one.
Yeah, Yep. Three's. That's the thing is I beat 1 and 2. I think 1 is
Hmm.
pretty forgettable. I think 1 was definitely
Yeah.
their like starter. You know, they didn't know where it was gonna go. 2 it definitely felt a lot more cohesive. Um, but I think 3 is where they definitely got into their rhythm of what they were gonna do. I'll be honest.
Mhm.
I only played World Tour at other people's houses, so I'm not familiar with a lot of the songs on there. But um, it was pretty cool for having like multiple instruments. Like I always liked the drums, but I never. I mean, I probably played Guitar Hero drums maybe twice in my whole life, so that's pretty sick. And then where'd you go from there? So Guitar Hero was like your big game kind of growing up. Like what? And I know you said you played like hundreds or even thousands of games. So like, what are the games that kind of like stand out to you? And you
Yeah.
can like rifle them off if you want, like whatever floats your boat here.
Yeah. I mean, the number one game for me is always probably going to be Minecraft. That came out, or
Yes.
when I got it, my older brother bought the game when I was probably 6, 2010 I think,
Oh wow.
and I've played that my whole life. And so
Big.
Minecraft, like even if it's not like the game I play the most these days or anything, it's still I think is probably my favorite game of all time, just
Yeah.
because of how much I played it.
Nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
Minecraft is that is a I played Minecraft. I got into Minecraft when I was in my sophomore year of college, and that was so much fun playing that with other
Hmm.
people. Um, and even playing it by myself, I have played it by myself. I do appreciate playing with other people with that game because I just don't know Minecraft even today. I don't know it very well.
Yeah.
Um, but that's fantastic. Okay, and so like where'd you go from there? What was after Minecraft?
God, this is like so hard trying to think of the games I always played.
I know I'm putting you really on the spot here.
I mean, the other big one for me is I'm a huge fan of the Halo franchise, and
Yes.
specifically Halo Reach. Um,
Okay.
that's like I played Call of Duty as a kid, but I was always more of a Halo kid than a Call of Duty kid. And I
Y-
spent so much time in Halo Reach multiplayer, and the Halo Reach campaign is still one of my favorite Halo camp or just campaigns in any like first-person shooter game.
Damn. So that's one that I don't even think I've ever even played multiplayer for Reach. I played three a bit. Um, but Reach was one that I completely missed. So you're saying the multiplayer was like really good for that one, and the story was.
Um, yeah, so the Halo Reach was for people that were fans of the game at the time. It was actually kind of controversial because they added for multiplayer they added armor abilities, which is like you could have a jetpack or a shield that you can drop or things like that. I really
Oh.
liked it, but a lot of diehard Halo fans thought it was kind of ruining the experience. Um,
Yeah.
and it is different from the other Halo games where there was no sprint, no like just run around and shoot people.
Oh,
But
interesting. Okay. All right.
so the multiplayer, I love it. I think the general consensus is that it was good, but there's definitely a subset of Halo players that don't like it. And
Yeah.
same for the campaign. I love it, but it conflicted with some of the stuff that was established in the Halo books at that point. So a lot of people thought it was like ruining the story, but I think the Halo Reach story is so good. It's a prequel to Halo 1, very similar
Oh,
to
that's
like
cool.
if you've ever seen Star Wars Rogue One, how that like ends
Yes.
right as Star Wars 4 begins. Halo Reach is
Yes.
the exact same way. It ends and then right after that Halo 1 begins.
Oh, that's I do appreciate that idea because I did like Rogue One. I'm not gonna lie.
Mhm.
That's pretty cool then, because and you know what too, I will say that, or I will add something to this when because I get that people could be upset about a change in the franchise's dynamics, but that's just the natural progression of where a franchise might go, you know. And I
Yeah.
I've been experiencing this with you know, certain things here and there, like with fan bases that will get really pissed off with the newest piece of content that was put out, and it's like, you know, you can't, like, give it time. Like how you said earlier, Menzie joined. Hey Menzie, but if everyone just chilled the fuck out, I think like that's really what it comes down to. Because it's like I'm thinking of this one piece that was just released of something that I like. I'm not gonna go into it right now, but it doesn't matter, right? So anyway, this thing was released that I'm a fan of, and a lot of people hate it right off the bat. And my thought is, it's not even been a month. Like, we're not even a month into the release of this piece of content, let's say, and everybody is hating it. They're saying like this is the worst thing ever. Like this brand is cooked, and it's like, you know what? Give it a fucking give it another month. Like, let's just take a breath here. That's I think people, especially nowadays, live like so heavily online that they just get bent out of shape when, like, you just can't. I think the biggest issue is when you just have walk into something with such big expectations, because nobody can live up to, you know, like, the mind is a tricky thing, you know. But okay, all right. So then it was Halo. And for you personally, like, what would be, if you were to give me like 3 games that you think are like nobody knows? Like, let's talk about like 3 games that you think are like just fucking obscure, that you're willing to bet nobody on this chat knows. What, or, and like, let's preface this to like ones that you like ones that were like pretty good for you. Does anything come to mind with that? And it doesn't have to be 3. If it's just 1 game, that's fine. But I'm curious, just because you said you've played so many, so I respect that, and I'm curious.
I mean, one game that comes to mind, I think a lot of people have heard of it or seen it, but not many people actually have played it, is the Trackmania games that I play a lot. They're just like arcade racing games. I think they're actually pretty popular in Europe, but not so much in the United States.
You said that
But
was
that's
Trackmania.
Trackmania, yeah.
Oh yeah,
And I have, I think the last time I checked, like a month ago or so, I have like 1,100 hours in the new Trackmania. Like, I play this game basically every day. I love it, but it's just not very popular in the U.S.
Well, I just pulled up the video for it. I'm curious. I've never even seen this. It looks pretty. It looks pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, there's no like story or anything. It's
It's
just
just
you have a
racing.
car, users build tracks, and you have to get the fastest time. It's a
Oh, and so
very
it's
simple game, but I, yeah, I mean, like I said, I play it every day pretty much.
and
Might be the
it's
only game that I can say that about.
no, that's the, and it looks here like it's purely based on skill level, not like, it's not a pay to play. It doesn't. I mean, I'm sure there's
Yeah,
some play to play. I mean, every game nowadays has some elements of that, but it looks like it's a game where it's just players versus players, and that's the extent of it. Like, you don't have
yeah,
upgrades or anything like that.
yeah. No, it's literally. I mean, it's pay to play in the sense that the game costs money. I mean, it's
Yeah,
technically free to play, but almost all the features are locked behind a. I
some
think
kind
it's like
of paywall.
$20 a year or something like that.
Oh,
Um,
that's not bad.
it's not bad, and for how much I play it, I'm totally willing to pay that. But then, yeah, there's no upgrades or anything. Everybody's car is the exact same speed, and it's just pure skill. And it's like, even though I have over 1,000 hours, I'm in probably the top. There's no like overall leaderboard, but I've, based on how I generally do, I'd say I'm in about like the top 5,000 players in the world. And there's
Damn.
still the skill gap between me and like the top 1,000 players is massive. I can't even come close to some of the people that play this game.
What? Oh man, wait a minute. I actually, you know what? Now that you say this, I've actually seen video game footage of this on TikTok. People,
Yeah,
the way that. Oh, sorry. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say people use footage of this similar to like how you see Subway Surfers at the top of the screen in a
Ex-
TikTok. Sometimes they use
yes,
Trackmania.
that's exactly what I was gonna say. Yep. Um, yeah, dude, that's so fun. That's wild. It's wild to hear too that the about your take on the skill gap there. Like that's pretty humble of you to be like, I've this game is my life, but I know I'm not the best. That's that's you know that
Yeah, I mean, one day maybe, but it's like I say I have 1,000 hours. The best players have 20,000 hours because this game, the first game in the Trackmania series came out in 2002, I think. It's been
yeah.
around for a while. So there's
Yeah.
people that have been playing for 20 years.
Honestly, yeah, that would be nuts to be better than that. I will say, like, yeah, when people start passing that threshold of past the 10,000 hour mark, it's
Hmm.
they're gonna be better. They're gonna be some of the best players ever. Um, that's it's like that for any. I love that with certain. That's how I feel with the first Super Smash. Like I played it so much where it's you start to understand just the physics of what the developers put in the game, where it just becomes like second second nature almost. I get that.
Hmm.
Um, but word. So yeah, Trackmania, everyone. Trackmania. If you haven't, and I'm looking here. Oh yeah, it is free to. Oh, so it's free to play, but it charges you $20 for like actual like online play. Is that like how does that work?
So it's the free to play gives you so the way the game works is every 3 months they release 25 official tracks that are like the main the campaign is what they call it.
Yeah.
That's like the most competitive tracks. So the free version gives you access to I think the first 10 tracks of the campaign, and then it gives you access to um, the weekly shorts game mode, which adds 5 new tracks every week. And I think that's
Oh,
all you
that's
get with
pretty
the free
cool.
version. But
Okay.
then if you pay the subscription, you get access to user-made tracks, which there's literally hundreds of thousands of those. So,
Yeah. Yeah. No, and I will say the thing I respect about this game, and this is my issue that I experienced on the last Call of Duty game, or not the last one. Let's say the last. I don't know how many, but some an issue I'll take with certain online play games is when they start introducing so many variables, it it starts to turn into mush. Like I noticed Black Ops 6. Like I was playing multiplayer online for a while there, and I put in a good amount of hours to the point where I was like, you know, doing pretty good no matter when I'd pick up the controller. But I knew, based on like the other experiences I had in that game, that I would have had to put in at least like another couple hundred hours to figure out at least what some of the better guns are to use like on a regular basis. Um,
yeah.
and I do hate that because it's like if you can't make it clear cut where it's like there's a let's set it up where it's not so much just knowledge of the game but just like skill level of the player, then I kind of like I don't know, to me that annoys me because it's like then you could be playing up against someone that's actually pretty shitty but they just have a better build. What are you going to do
Hmm.
against that? So you know I don't know. That's my
Yeah.
take.
I think that's one of the things that kind of draws me to Trackmania is the simplicity, because like there's 4 controls. You can go forward, you can brake, and you can go left and right.
Yeah.
And there's no like I mean, there's different mechanics that you kind of can learn to save time with like techniques for getting around certain features and whatever, but at its core, it's just everybody's on the same track with the same car, and it's just who can go the fastest. But it's also
Yeah.
fun because even if you're not at a competitive level, there's just the aspect of trying to beat your own personal best time.
Sweet. Word. Well, Mountain Dew, thank you for hopping on here. Uh, and I hope your classes continue to go well as you're wrapping up your senior year, man. I appreciate you hopping into all the streams. It's a pleasure, connecting with you here, and and man, I hope you have a good rest of your night. Everybody,
Yeah. Thank you. You too.
thank you, Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew, everyone. Thank you, Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew, have a great night, dude. Appreciate it. Appreciate you, and all that you always bring to the stream. Um, so let's see here. Just to double check. I think that is it. That is everyone we got for the night. I'm gonna hop off here. So guys, that was Nightline. That was our second official Nightline. Everyone, thank you for participating, for being here. We're wrapping up tonight. It is now 11:50. We've been streaming since 9:01. I'm pretty happy with tonight's stream, guys. I'm not gonna lie. This was a lot of fun. Thank you guys. Thank you, Red. Thank you, Mountain Dew. Thank you, Ali Starla, for hopping in here. Oh yeah, Skungo, whenever you want. Even if you want to hop in right now, Skungo, we got 10 minutes. But no worries. So for the most part, guys, we will be back next Thursday night. Next Thursday night, we're gonna play Bully. We're gonna try to actually beat Click Clock Wood this time, and pray to God that I don't fall off the top of the tree and just immediately die. Okay, word, Skungo. Well, next time, Skungo. We'll get you next time. Don't worry. I think what we'll do with Nightline next week, Saturday. Oh man, I gotta think this through. So next week, Saturday, I was planning on just playing a particular game on Saturday night. But I do want to let everyone know the week of the 21st. So I'll be able to stream the 20th, but the 21st to the 22nd, I'm gonna be cooked. I'm not gonna be able to stream at all either of those nights, most likely. I might be able to stream the 21st. I gotta look at my calendar. It's gonna be tight if I can stream it all. I'm definitely not gonna be able to stream that Saturday. So I'll be here next week, guys, Thursday to Saturday night. The week after that, I'll be here at least on the 20th. And then the week after that, we should be back in session. I know it's going to be post-Thanksgiving, but I don't think we should have any issues streaming that Thursday to Saturday. So that is it for tonight. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for chatting. Thank you for all the subs as well. I know Domo was lurking. I know Ali Starlight gave so many subs tonight. You guys are absolutely amazing. So thank you for all of that, and it's been a great time. I'm gonna look online here because we're kind of wrapping up a little bit before oh, when I yawn. I think when I yawn, that's a pretty good indicator that I need to go to bed. So I'm gonna see here. Oh, so yep, Domo's live. He's playing Repo with Kai, it looks like. So what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna bump everyone over to Domo's stream. And guys, I will say, as always, you guys make up this Midnight Underground. I'm just blessed. I don't know if I said that. I'm just lucky enough to have the opportunity to stream with you guys and to have this space. So if there are ever ideas you have here, things that you'd want to see, always open to collaborating. I know I will say right now my schedule has changed. Once my baby starts sleeping better, I've talked about it a couple times with my wife now. Once the baby starts sleeping better, I should be back on the schedule of I do want to get back into streaming co-op with others on Tuesdays or Wednesdays, and down the road, not right now, but in the future, I would really love to stream at earlier hours on Thursdays to Saturdays as this stream starts becoming more of like the channel that the TV channel that I'm hoping to emulate. So, you know, all in good time, all good stuff. So I'm gonna set everyone up to raid Domo's channel here. Or should we do Kai? I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see here. Oh, actually, let's do Kai. So I'm gonna pop everyone over to Kai. Um, guys, oh, and Domo's also streaming the same game. They're both streaming Repo. So thank you again, everyone. Have a great night. I'm gonna click here on Kai's stream. We're gonna start this raid. Um, guys, take it easy. Have a great rest of your weekend. Have a great week, and I will catch you guys next Thursday night on Midnight Underground. Have a good night, everyone. I'll catch you all later. Bye. 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 See you guys.
Much. Hi, guys.